Let's have a conversation. Tell me what you think about the issues of the world. What kind of spice you wanna be? Tell me where you wanna travel. Do you believe in luxury? What's your hidden passion? What makes you so unique? Conversations with Nicole. Conversations with Nicole. Conversations with Nicole. Conversations with Nicole.
Greetings. I am Nicole Everett, the host of Conversations with Nicole, and we are in Miami Gardens, my hometown, with my very special guest, one of my very first friends, my cousin, Richard Ingraham, Chef
Yes.
Richard Ingraham.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. I mean, this is something that we've talked about forever.
Yes.
And here we are. It's surreal. You know, we've gone from playing together to now professionally doing something
I
together.
know, right?
So it's
This
amazing.
is like a dream
And to be
come true.
doing it in my home,
And
which
to
is
be doing
where
in
it
your
all
home.
started,
Yes,
you know?
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So now we've, known each other.
Yeah.
We've been to elementary, junior high,
Yep.
high school, college together.
Everything.
Everything.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You were a musician.
Yeah.
Then got involved in doing hair,
Yeah.
and then moved on to culinary,
Yes.
which has just exploded for you.
Yeah, it's done some great things.
Yeah.
It's all a journey,
Mm-hmm.
and I truly believe that everything that you do sets you up for the next thing. So, one thing that I have that's a blessing and a curse is that when I'm doing something, I'm totally into it,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I move away from it, I give that up and I'm totally into the next thing.
And you've always been that way.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a blessing and a curse because, with those experiences come relationships and people,
Right.
and unfortunately, some of those people are left with those instances, and then you move on to meet new people and new relationships.
Well, and the thing I think that I like about that is that you've been able to grow and expand based on those new experiences.
Yes.
I can recall, you formerly being a hairdresser
Mm-hmm.
and now being a chef, and people saying, "But I want you to do my hair."
Exactly.
And it's like, "But I don't do hair no more."
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. Yeah. Can I do it?
Yes.
Yes,
You
but
can,
this
and
is the
you
space.
can do it well. But
Right, but this is the space that I'm in
Exactly.
right now. So I don't muddy the water, so to speak.
Right,
I like to
right.
keep it exactly where it is. And it's like when I go out and I speak to young culinarians, when I go out to schools, and I ask, what are you doing? Are you okay? You're in school. Are you working in the field at all? Because you can't, work in a mechanic shop and then come to culinary school because you got motor oil on your mind when you're in culinary school,
Right.
and then you got olive oil on your mind when you are in automotive, when you're doing your thing.
Mm-hmm.
It all has to correlate together. You have to fully immerse yourself into your craft, especially when you're talking about something like this, where you're using your hands and you have to be creative. You have to, live it, sleep it, breathe it, literally every single day.
Now, you make some fabulous dishes.
Thank you.
Just different.
Yeah.
We're just different, right?
Right.
That's the hashtag.
That's it.
What is the inspiration behind some of the dishes that you prepare?
Well, most of the things that I do, to be honest with you, I dream about.
Really?
My wife, if she was here, she would tell you that it's times where I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm yelling, about some food, or yelling about a kitchen, something happening in the kitchen, take the chicken out, something like that. Seriously, So, but literally, I honestly, I think about things and in my dreams, and I wake up excited every morning because I'm like, okay, I have this in my mind, and I'm so focused when I leave here in the mornings, I'm going straight to the grocery store to go and get these specific items, you know. And I'm just so blessed that I have clients that are willing to try different things, so I can go in and make these things, you know, and really try them out and test them and see what they, you know, what they do. But the focus of it really is a lot of the things that I've grown up on, you know, which, you know, and I know we're going to segue into the book, but those are the things that are in the book, things that I've grown up on. But since I've experienced other things culinary-wise, I've been able to kind of put my own little flavor on those old school things as well.
Okay, well, that's a great segue into the book. So tell us about Eating Well to Win.
Eating Well to Win.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you know, like I was saying, the premise of the book is basically foods that we're used to having, but it has a healthier twist on it. I found that when we start talking about eating healthy, people think that, you know, it's not flavorful. You know, you need to go out and eat some grass and tree bark or something like that. Right. It's very, very restrictive. And I feel that food shouldn't be that way. It should be fun. It should be creative. And in the book, I even, you know, give you latitude to do different things, you know, to try different flavors with it, and even give some suggestions with some of the things that I have in there. But they come from, you know, what we've grown up on. The conch salad, for instance, that's in there, you know, and I know some Bahamians.
That's one of my favorites.
And I know, you know, some of our Bahamian ancestors would definitely skin me alive by putting orange segments in it. But again, it's my flavor. It's what I want to do, you know, and it works. And that's what I feel about food itself. If it tastes good to you, then it works. You know, if it doesn't taste good, then you know to throw it in the garbage and try something else. You know,
right.
But that's basically what the whole premise of the book is. Is just to have flavorful food that's healthier for you. You know, and eating well to win is not just for someone that's, you know, playing on a basketball court, but it's for somebody that's, you know, that's in the boardroom, a teacher that's in front of the chalkboard, because you need energy to be able to do that. It's for children that are outside, you know, it's brain power, because you know that, you know, with our children now, with all these standardized testing and things like that, they need that brain power. So to be able to eat some of these items that are in the book, it provides that brain power for you.
Okay, that's awesome. So, you know, I have tried a recipe out of the book.
Which one?
The okra with shrimp. I forget the
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah. And it came out really well.
The stewed okra with shrimp.
And I did okay. So you make it easy.
But you know what? But that's a good thing, though.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
It is.
Because you go into a lot of cookbooks and they are very chef-driven, you know? And I had to, once I started reading the way I was writing, I had to kind of, for lack of a better word, kind of dummy it down because it was very intimidating, the wording that I was using and the process that you look at, you know. And that's another reason that I put a lot of pictures in there too.
Not intimidated at all.
Yeah.
Not intimidated at all.
But you know, and also in seeing pictures, the great pictures, it entices you to want to do it. When you look at a cookbook and it's nothing but words, you kind of put it to the side because you don't know how the dish is supposed to come out, what it's supposed to look like, you know, and things like that. So it was very important, because I'm very visual, to have great pictures in there, you know. So.
Well, you did a great job.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Now you are Dwyane Wade, chef.
I am Dwyane Wade in Gabrielle Union.
Okay, and tell me how that. I mean, I know how it came to be, but for the viewers, how that kind of started for you.
A good friend of mine whose hair I used to do, and she gave me a call and she said, "Richard, I hear that you don't do hair anymore. I hear that you're a chef." And I said, "Yes." She said, "Well, how would you like to cook for an NBA player?" And I said, "Yeah, okay, I guess so. You know, who is it?" And she said, "Dwyane Wade." And at the time I was teaching at Miami Northwestern. And so I went to my students and I said, "Do you guys know who Dwyane Wade is?" And they were like, "Are you kidding me right now?" You know? And so we looked him up on the internet and saw who he was. And I said, "You called her back?" And I said, "Yeah, I think I might be something that I want to do." And so I went in and I did a tasting for him, and I cooked everything imaginable. We did smothered turkey wings with mashed potatoes. I made this lemon pound cake, all nothing healthy, all old school. I want this job type stuff, you know. And lo and behold, 16 years later, here I am.
But you have built a brand for yourself
Yes,
to include other chefs under your umbrella
yes,
that also cook for professional athletes.
yes,
Okay.
yes. The name of the company is ChefRLI. My business partner, Soleil Gonzalez, and myself put this company together. And again, I have to credit Dwyane and Gabrielle with helping me with that. When the big three was here, Chris Bosch, Dwyane, and LeBron.
The trifecta.
The trifecta, that's right. He came home one day and said that Chris wanted a chef and asked, did I know of anybody? And at the time, I had a good friend who I knew cooked very well. And I called him up and I said, listen, I think that this is a great opportunity for you. And we were able to put him into that position. And, you know, from there, it moved on to other NBA players and other people because it's a very close-knit situation, you know, with these people. And we were blessed enough that off of my body of work, we were able to now put people in and change lives, you know. And the key is just to find people who are evenly yoked, as they say in church, you know. People who are about service, about, you know, food quality. And we were able to find that, and we've created quite a name for ourselves in the industry.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of you.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, we are going to take a break right here.
Okay.
And when we come back, I think you're going to...
Right, we're going to do a recipe out of the book.
All right.
So stay tuned, and we'll be back.
All right. Stay tuned for more conversations. Welcome back to Conversations with Nicole. If you're just joining us, I am in the home of my cousin, Chef Richard Ingraham. And
Yes.
he's about to cook up one of his delicious dishes from his book, Eating Well to Win. We are about to do the grilled red snapper with citrus avocado vinaigrette.
Yes.
Okay, so where do we begin?
Ready?
Yes.
Well, first of all, you know, it says grill, but a lot of times we don't have grills in our homes. So what we're going to do is doing a little adjustment, and we're going to use a saute pan. We're going to brown it, and then we're going to finish it off in the oven. And while we're doing that, then we'll go ahead and make our vinaigrette. Good?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so what we have here is mutton snapper. And the reason that I chose a mutton snapper is because it's a lot more meatier than our regular lane snapper.
right.
So the first thing we do is you want to dry the skin off so that you can get a nice crispy skin. So I took paper towels and dabbed it real good, left it in the refrigerator so that skin could kind of dry out, and that gives you the nice crispiness, okay? So we'll start off, a little salt on top.
Is that regular salt?
Regular kosher salt.
Kosher salt, okay.
Okay, and we'll put that on just like this. And then we'll hit it with some fresh black pepper. And we'll season both sides because we're going to eat both sides,
Yes,
right?
we are.
Okay, so a little salt once again. And again, remember, salt is a flavor enhancer. So, you know, don't be afraid of it because we use it in baking as well as our savory dishes. Okay. Now we'll use a little grapeseed oil. Okay. So we'll start off by putting it in. Okay. And as we do that, you take your spatula and you hold it down just like this. And what that's doing is making sure that skin, you hear that, right?
I hear that skin.
Making sure that skin gets nice and crispy. Okay.
Getting happy.
Exactly. And once you have that one going, then you can go ahead and take and put the other one in. One thing that you want to make sure as well is that you don't overcrowd your pan. Okay? Because in overcrowding your pan, you mess up the temperature of the pan, and it kind of retards the cooking process.
Really?
Okay? So remember, we were going to start out with 3 pieces, and I said, okay, let's go with 2, because I knew the size of the fish that we had was not comparable to the size of the pan.
Nah, I would have put all that fish in that pan. You know that, right?
And then your skin would have been all soggy, then you'd have been mad
Right.
and calling me, wanting to know why it didn't turn out right.
Exactly. You know me.
Exactly. So what you do is you leave this in for maybe about maybe about 2 minutes per side. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish it in the oven. Oh. And I'm a true believer in that when cooking on the stove top. What it does is it keeps you from having to babysit it, right? And then it also allows you time to go and to do other things as well, like make our avocado dressing that we're going to do to go along with it, right? And you can smell it.
Yes,
smelling great, right?
You can.
And it's nothing like fresh caught fish. Huh?
Yes.
So now we'll take our fish spatulas and we'll lift them up and turn them over. And you can see that nice skin, right?
Yes, very nice.
It's not ripped up or anything, okay? Now, once they're turned over, we'll take this pan, take the whole pan, and put it right in the oven, okay? A lot of times we think that we need to take, the fish out or take the steak out or whatever, put it on another pan and then put it in. But if you have some good pans that are oven worthy, okay, then you can just take and put the whole pan in, and then it can finish the whole cooking process inside of the pan.
Okay. So now it's time to make this citrus avocado vinaigrette.
Yes, it is. So we'll start out with our orange, mango, lime juice. Okay. We'll use some of our vinegar and our honey. Okay. Now this is orange clover honey. You can use whatever flavor you choose to. Okay. Now once you have all of those ingredients in, you're going to slowly whisk in your grapeseed oil. And what that's going to do is going to bring everything together. Okay. Just like so. And as you see, it's not rocket science.
No, it's not.
Not rocket science. Very, very simple. 3 to 4 different ingredients. Just bringing them together. Okay. And making it salad dressing. And then we'll add a little bit of salt. And remember, you can put salt in, but you can't take it out. So you wanna make sure, and a little pepper, you wanna make sure that you just start off easy with it. Okay? And we have our tasting spoons so that we can taste it as we go. And I'm gonna taste first. Okay? Because I don't want you to taste it and then we see on camera that it doesn't taste good. That is taste it. Okay. Now that's amazing. Talk to me now. Yeah, right? Yeah. It's surprisingly good, right?
Yeah, it is very good.
So now we'll put those down. We have our vinaigrette made. Next is to put together the whole salad component, okay? Now, what we're gonna do is go ahead and start off with our tomatoes, okay? Our avocado.
And about how many avocados is that?
That was 2 avocados. Okay. So what we put in was like 1.5 avocados. Okay. And our garlic, I love garlic, so I'm gonna add in all of the garlic. Okay. I think the recipe says 1 clove. Yes. This is about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. So you may need a little gum when you're done here.
Thank you for that disclaimer.
Okay, you're welcome. And our jalapeno peppers. Okay. We'll add in our cilantro. I love cilantro.
I do too.
And it adds a lot of color along with that flavor. Right? Good, yes. And then we'll add in our supremed oranges. We're gonna add all of those in. Okay. Then our zest, orange and lime zest. Okay. Then last but not least, we'll go ahead and add in that wonderful dressing.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. Then we'll fold all this around. Okay.
Look at all of that.
Oh yeah, that's great, right?
Yes.
This is our salad, and besides having this with the salmon, with our snapper, you can just simply make this, and this can be if you're trying to lose weight, trying to eat healthy or whatever, you don't want to eat meat, you can have this by itself.
This recipe does double duty.
It does double duty.
I like that.
All right. Okay. So now when we come back, we'll take that snapper out, and we're going to dress the plate, and then we'll eat.
Yes.
Cool?
Cool.
All right.
Stay tuned for more conversations. On today's CWN Medical Moment, we are talking about brain aneurysm. My special guest is Dr. Narlin Beaty. Welcome, Dr. Beaty.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
So tell me about brain aneurysm. How does that occur?
So brain aneurysms can be sporadic or genetic. They occur because the wall, or the blood vessel walls thins, and instead of breaking, which it can break, but instead of breaking, it bubbles out and forms an aneurysm, which is a protective mechanism to hold the blood in the blood vessel.
Okay, and you said it's both sporadic and genetic. So genetic, what groups, populations tend to have that?
They do run in families, and so you can have a familial inheritance pattern. If you or one of your loved ones has had an aneurysm, then your family should be scanned. And they can be scanned through your primary care physician, or they can come to our office and we can order those scans. In addition, there are some subsets. The Finnish population and the Japanese population seem to have higher rates of brain aneurysm rupture. And also the African American population has shown that they can have higher rates of brain aneurysm formation.
Okay. Now there's some special treatment that's taking place right now. Can you talk
Yeah,
about
so
it?
it's an exciting time to be involved in the brain aneurysm world. We really have had an explosion of technology in the last 20 years, which has allowed us to treat aneurysms that were previously unable to be treated, but also allow us to treat in a more safe fashion aneurysms that we would have previously done open brain surgery for.
Okay.
And now frequently we're able to treat those aneurysms through the leg with a closed endovascular treatment, which leaves the patient essentially unharmed and going home the next day if all goes well.
Wow. Okay. So there's a spinal surplus.
I think you're mentioning the Surpass device.
Yes.
And
so let's talk about that.
That's a special device that has been released to the U.S. market here in the last year. We've been very fortunate to have the most number of cases in the southeast United States here in Tallahassee Memorial. It's a flow diverting device, and it's a special stent that goes across a brain aneurysm. We do put it in through the leg, and through an endovascular technique, and that stent cures aneurysms. And,
Wow.
they don't need to be followed for a tremendous period of time afterwards. Generally, we follow them for 1 year, and then the patient is just cured. And so we have had a tremendous experience with that here, and we continue to hope to do so.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about prevention of brain aneurysm.
So that's an important topic, and prevention of brain aneurysm is very similar to the prevention of stroke or heart attack. And so we're talking about the health of blood vessels, and as we age, blood vessels become less healthy. We see that with hypertension, high cholesterol, diabetes, and it's a problem that we struggle with in the southeastern United States. Fried foods, smoking, and in particular, there's a strong correlation between smoking and brain aneurysm formation. So if we can stop smoking, then we're going to improve our rates of brain aneurysm.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Stay tuned for more conversations. Welcome back to Conversations with Nicole. Our fish is done, and now we're ready to plate up.
We're ready to plate. When you're plating, you want to make sure things are symmetrical. So as you see here, we have some shorter pieces, some longer pieces, and we'll put them all in just like so.
Nice.
Okay? Now, normally you would want to just go right across the top, but when I'm plating, I like to kind of go around the plate first, okay? Because that kind of sets the tone.
Okay.
And you don't want to cover up that beautiful skin, okay? Now we'll come in with our regular spoon, get some of that juice, right?
That juice.
Now we'll come around with the juice, just like so.
Okay.
And then we'll finish it off with a few of our microgreens. And yeah, I'm getting a little fancy with my little tweezers.
But that's okay.
You know, but that's what we do.
It is.
Okay.
Yes, we're just different.
And there we are. There is our grilled snapper with our avocado dressing.
Wonderful.
Yeah?
A ChefRLI original.
Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy that You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So folks can get the book?
Yes, you can get the book on Amazon or barnesandnoble.com.
Okay.
And if you want to follow me, you can follow me at ChefRLI on Instagram, ChefRLI Facebook, and ChefRLI on Twitter.
Wonderful.
All right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And thank you all for joining us on Conversations with Nicole, where we're connecting the community through conversations. We'll see you next time. Time to eat.
Time to eat.